Okay, so now let's continue. We are done with 7.3, and we got cut off before we reached the final answer. And 7.3, there's a lot of algebra there, so there's a lot of these numbers that you must multiply and add. But once you use the product rule and the quotient rule to set up the equations, then you simply apply your algebra. You multiply what needs to be multiplied. Just take note of the brackets and the signs. Then you multiply, and then you add like terms until you can't add no more, until there are no more like terms, until you cannot multiply anymore. And then you check if you can take out common factors and stuff like that, if you can cancel denominator and numerators. So that's just the algebra there, and then there's no big deal, and then it's just 4 marks. So now let's move on to question 8. Okay, differentiate the following with respect to the independent variables. Okay, so we need to differentiate. Okay, let's differentiate. Let's copy this one down, and then let's differentiate 8.1. 8.1 y is equal to ln okay, ln the absolute value of negative 5t cube, okay, plus 2t minus 3. Okay, absolute value. Okay, and minus 6 ln t ln t to the power negative 3t squared. Okay, so let's see if we copied it correctly. Y is equal to ln absolute value of negative 5 3t cubed plus 2t, yes, minus 3. All right, close there, absolute value, minus 6 ln t, or 6 ln t to the power negative 3t squared. Okay, good. All right, good. So we copied it correctly. They say we must differentiate, so now before we differentiate, let's just simplify this here. Okay, let's just simplify this here, because as you know, the log of, let's say, base 2, and it's the log of x cubed. Okay, so you can always take this behind, and this now will become 3 log base 2, and this is log x. So you can always take the exponent behind. So even the natural log, you can do that. So even the natural log, because ln, let's say, t squared, you can take the exponent behind the natural log, and then you're going to have that. So let's do exactly that now, okay, to simplify this so that before we can even begin to differentiate. So I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this as y equal to natural log of the absolute value of negative 5 t cubed plus 2t minus 3. Now if you take this down, it will become positive 18, because if you take it down, it's going to multiply into the 6 now. 18 t squared. Okay, L and T. Okay, so we have L and T there. Okay, now we can start working. All right, we can see that there's an absolute value here. Okay, there's an absolute value here. The absolute value of x means that x can be broken down into its negative and positive. Okay, components. So actually, let's just keep it like that. Let's not complicate it, because I will have to give it numbers. So x, the absolute value of x means that x can have the positive and the negative component part of it. So even here, we're now going to say but natural log the absolute value of minus 5t cubed plus 2t minus 3. Okay, can be broken down into can be broken down into its positive and its negative. So ln, okay, so we're breaking it down now. We're using brackets. because we can't use the absolute value. Again, we are removing the absolute value now because we are breaking it down into two parts, the positive and the negative. So this is what it means. Okay. And then ln minus 5t cubed plus 2t minus 3. So as you can see, we've broken down the ln into a positive and the negative part. Okay. So we're going to say if t is what? If t is greater than 0, meaning if t is positive, and for the negative one, you know negative goes with the less than sign. The negative one will say if t is less than 0, meaning negative. Okay. And then now that we know that the absolute value can be broken down into two parts, which part are we going to use for our expression? We are going to take the positive part because we don't have the negative log. Okay, negative log will not work. Okay, negative log will be undefined. You know that. You know that you can't have a negative log. A negative log will be undefined. Hence, we are saying this, we're going to break it down into positive and negative. So now we're going to use the positive part only. Let's ignore the negative. So now let's go back. Okay, let's go back and say, therefore, y, now we're starting afresh, is equal to ln, okay, 5t cubed plus 2t minus 3. Okay. It's this part again. Then minus 6 ln. Now we are doing this part ln. Okay, we've simplified it. It's no longer minus 6 what it's, we simplified it, 2 plus 18 plus 18 t squared ln t. Okay, so now to simplify this, let's see. Okay, all right, man. Let's see. Okay, so now this expression this now will take the place of this right here. So we have not even started the process of differentiation. We were just simplifying up to so far, because you can see that this is complicated. This looks complicated. I mean, we had to take this and simplify it. You see, we took it here and it became now positive that. But now we still had this problem right here, the absolute value, and we had to break it down into that. After breaking it down, we had to choose just one that we are going to use, because we know that the log of a negative number, it's going to be undefined. So we had to choose this one. Now we replaced the absolute value. We replace this absolute value, or let's say this one, with the positive here. So fine. Now we are ready to start differentiating. Only now are we going to start differentiating. And to differentiate, we're going to say, now we're differentiating again. Let's see. So one thing that you have to know when you are differentiating, this one I want you to write it on your notes. To differentiate ln what? Let's say ln u, right? To differentiate ln u, you must take u prime over u. Okay, so this is how you differentiate ln u. So for example, if it was ln x squared, to differentiate ln x squared, you take the u, which is the front part, this part only, the u, which is the x squared, you differentiate it, you derive, it's going to be 2x, I guess, because you take the 2 down and then you subtract 1. So that's it. It's going to be 2x. And then you say over u. What is u? Is the front. Is the front of the ln, which is x squared. So that's how you differentiate ln, the natural log. Now, let's differentiate the natural log, this ln right here. Okay. All right. To differentiate ln, we're going to take to differentiate this over this. So now differentiate ln 5t cubed. Okay. Let me check something. Let me check my notes. Let me check something. Okay. So yes, that's it. Yes, that's it right there. So I'm right. This one is fine. It's ln u. Okay. Yes. So it ends with here. Right? Okay. 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 That's why I was getting confused. So ln, you remember, this goes together. This bracket, I had forgotten them, and it was going to give us the wrong answer. So that means this is the u. U is this whole bracket. Now let's differentiate that. It's going to be, we take the 3 down, it multiplies to the 5, it becomes 15t squared. Okay, these two will become just plus 2. The 2t will become just plus 2 all over. Okay, you know how to derive this. I hope you do. All over u. Okay, that was u prime. This is u prime. Now all over u. What is u? U is the front of the ln, which is the whole bracket. All over 5t cubed plus 2t minus 3. Okay. Now, we're going to differentiate the other one, right? Let's differentiate this one right here. Okay, let's differentiate this one right here. This one, to differentiate this, it's going to be we're going to take the 2 down, so it's going to be plus 18 times 2 is 36t. It becomes t because we have to subtract 1 there. Okay, so the exponent will become just 1. So this is being multiplied by. Okay, now let's differentiate ln t using ln u here. So the t here, we're going to take it as the u here. So to differentiate t is to just say 1, because t is like saying t to the power 1. If you take the 1 behind, it's going to become 1t. And when you subtract 1 from the exponent, it's going to become t to the power 0. And anything to the power 0 is just 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. Hence, I'm saying to differentiate that, we're going to have 1 over. Okay, that was the 1 is the u prime. Now the u part. U is t. 1 over t. Actually, wait. Now I'm misleading you. Let's see. Okay. These are actually two functions. You see, it's two functions that are being multiplied together. Okay, meaning that we must use, when you have f being multiplied by g, remember we said you must use the product rule, meaning f prime g plus f g prime. This is the product rule. So let's use that. Okay, let's use the product rule. Okay, because if you look at this carefully, these are two functions that are being multiplied together. ln t is multiplying into 18t squared. Okay, so now what is our f? The function f is the first one that is multiplying. Okay, so f is 18 t squared. What is f prime? You just take the 18t squared and derive. So take the 2 down, it becomes 36t. Okay, and then what is g? G is the other function that is being multiplied. Okay, so that means g p ln t ln t, and g prime, you just derive ln t using this right here. So u prime is going to be 1 over u is just t. Okay, now let's apply this right here. Okay, let's apply the product rule now, because now we know what is our f prime, or g prime. Now the product rule says f prime. What is f prime? It's 36t. 36t. Okay, multiplied by, okay, g. What is g? It's ln t. L n t plus this plus right here, f. What is f? It's 18t squared. 18t squared. Okay, times g prime. What is g prime? Is 1 over t. 1 over t. Okay, now I can this part I can simply rewrite it as, because 18t squared times 1 is just 18t squared all over t. So let's just write 18t squared all over t. Let's simplify it right at this point. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, now let's see what we can do. We can do. Okay, here there's nothing that we can do, right? There's just nothing that we can do here. So let's rewrite this as 15 t squared plus 2 all over 5t cubed plus 2t minus 3. Okay, now let's deal with this part. Okay, so that part is like saying 2 ln t. Okay, so the 2 part is this one, the one that is behind the ln. Okay, so as you know, we can take the 2 back to being the exponent and write this as ln t squared. Okay, so now let's do it here. Okay, let's do that here. We're going to say ln t I'm just taking it back into standard form to the exponent 36t. Okay, plus. Okay, so this is like saying 1t, right? Now 18 divided by 1 is 18. Okay, t cancels the other t there to become just 1t. So this is like saying x squared over what? Over x. Okay, because you are dividing, ne? Because you are dividing, you're going to subtract the exponent. So this is like saying x into power 2 minus 1, which is just x. So even here, what happens here is you're saying 2 minus 1. Okay, you're dividing, so you subtract the exponents. Okay. So this becomes just 18t. All right, this is your final answer. This is your final answer. Okay, this is your final answer right there. This is how it looks. All right, now I want us to do, let's see the other one, but I don't think we'll have enough time. But I want us to do the last one, which is this one, 8.2. Okay, so let's start another session to do 8.2. Let's end this session, okay, because it will expire sometime in the middle of this while we are enjoying ourselves. So let's do 8.2 in the next session. Bye for now. All right.